Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday. This is going to be our intermediate Samba class. Now today we're not actually going to be doing a pattern per se. The video is going to be relatively short today, but it's a super important one for you to practice because there are a gazillion moves or patterns that have this move in it. So what we're going to be learning today in Samba is a pattern called a volta. That's V as in Victor, O-L-T-A. And like I say, it's a very commonly used thing. If I just demonstrate a series of voltas, right? This is what they look like, this little shuffling to the side kind of action that we see people doing, right? Well, this in and of itself is super important, but it's also how we connect up and do a lot of other patterns. A lot of this action is integrated into other movements. So for instance, last week we did the Botafogos. Well, the initial action in a Botafogo is a volta-in type of action. So we'll be able to kind of go in reverse order and bring this back into something that we've already learned. So a volta is a side cross action. That's the basic fundamental movement. It can go left, it can go right, it can go in a straight line, it can go in a circle, it can go on the spot, right? But it's the same action no matter what we do. So I'm going to have Na zoom in on my feet here for just a minute as we do this. And I want you to be able to see that the side step, you'll see that I've placed the inside of my foot down on the floor, just the ball of the foot. Notice the heel is up. And as I do my step, you're going to notice that that heel is staying exactly the same height. So what we don't want to have happen is the heel to drop in any way. We don't want it to touch the floor for sure, but we don't want it to drop. Drop meaning lower. We don't want that to lower at all. So it's as if I took, hang on, right? This pop can right here. And when I put my foot to the side, my heel was sitting on that pop can, and as I move, notice I didn't disturb or compress or squeeze the pop can. So it stayed at that same height all the way through. So that's important for us on this technique, on this side step. So every side step, whether we're going to the left or to the right, straight line, doesn't matter. It's always going to be the ball of the foot. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put pressure on that foot and allow the other foot to come across. Now I'm going to flip around to the front because there's something important at my knees that you want to see. When I do this, my knee is going to be bent. If my leg is straight, the heel goes down. If my knee stays bent, the heel stays up. But also, as I bring my legs by, what's going to happen is that my knees are going to run into each other. So one of the common mistakes that people make when they do voltas is they literally cross this foot in front, kind of like it's a grapevine kind of movement. But we're really not wanting that action at all. Yes, it crosses a little bit, but you'll notice that right here my knees have not passed each other, but they have run into each other, right? Now, last week and also the video that we pulled up from the week before, we talked about Samba bounce, and the numbers in Samba are down, and the ands and the uhs are up. So this is and 1, and 2, and 5013. So you can see 1 is up, 1 is down, right? So it doesn't matter if I go back the other way, this one stays up and down, up, down. So it doesn't matter what direction I'm going, it's still the same action, right? And this is our whole volta action is side, cross, side, cross, side, cross, side, cross, right? And again, that's super important. I'm going to show you. So I'm doing that in a straight line, but I could also do that action in a circle or in a curve. I could also do that action right on the spot. But the action never changed. It may look to your eye like it's different, but I only have 2 moves. Side, close the legs. Side, close the legs, right? any direction. So that's your homework for this week, is just to practice that. Now you want to practice them in a series doing 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can go back the other way and cross in front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gets you accustomed to going left and right on that. So that's our homework. That's the only thing we're doing this week. Next week, we're going to incorporate that into a couple of patterns so we can learn how to use that. So that's it for today for Samba. Thank you very much, you guys. Have a great Wednesday.